Paolo's wife, right? My name is Luisa. He's in love with me, not you. Nice to meet you.
Excuse me? Who are you and what are you talking about?
I mean that I'm Paolo's girlfriend. Got it?
Wait, hold on. Are you serious right now?
Of course I am. I would never joke about this. After all, it is true that you can't have any kids, right?
Well, I can't really deny that.
Well then, if you have any love and pity for your husband, the best thing for you to do is divorce him. You do know he wants kids, don't you?
Hold on for just a second. You can't just appear out of nowhere and start telling me to divorce my husband. Besides, Paolo hasn't said anything to me about you.
Of course he wouldn't. We both know that he is far too kind to tell you that he's been cheating. That is why I had to take it upon myself to break the news.
Okay, sure. But even if that were true, you can't just tell me to divorce him because you want me to.
It isn't because I want you to. It's because it is what Paolo really wants deep down. Besides, he doesn't love you anymore. Haven't you realized that?
Well, he is going to be coming home from work in a little bit. I think I will just ask him about all of this then.
You poor little thing. He is never going back home to you ever again.
Just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that as of today, he and I are going to be living together.
Hold on, are you kidding me? That can't be true.
It is so funny watching you realize that your life is falling apart around you. But that's the other reason I wanted to message you today. To let you know about the new living arrangements.
But he hasn't even mentioned any of this to me. I don't believe he would just never come home again.
And just why do you think that he needs to say anything to you? After all, this whole thing is your fault anyways.
Wait, what? Do you think this is all my fault? How do you figure that?
Just think about it. He chose me over you because you weren't satisfying him. It's your fault for not giving him what he wanted, and so you are at fault here.
So, it's my fault because I can't have kids?
Of course! How can you even be a woman if you can't have kids? That's what he says all the time.
I don't know what to say. I feel so awful right now.
As you should. But if you really want to give Paolo the life and future that he wants, then you have to apologize to him and admit that this whole thing is your fault.
But that isn't fair. It isn't like I chose this for myself. I've always wanted to have kids too. I even met with specialists to talk about it.
And did any of those treatments work? I didn't think so. It doesn't matter how hard you tried if the results are still the same.
Even if I were to give you that point, I still don't see why I should have to apologize or agree that it's my fault.
So you really aren't going to own up to all the damage you've caused your relationship? I guess that it isn't just your body that's bad, but you're just a bad person all over.
Okay, I have had just about enough of this. I don't even know who you are, and all you've done is hurl insults at me.
Is that what you think this is? I'm just telling the truth. Anyways, Paolo is about to get home here, so we'll talk later.
No! We aren't done here! My name is Sophia, and I am 31 years old. My husband Paolo and I have been married for 5 years. We don't have any children of our own, but we never had any big fights or huge problems between us. Until today, that is. That was when I started getting strange texts from some woman claiming to be his girlfriend. I tried texting and calling him to figure what was going on, but he never responded. I waited up for him to come home all night, but just as Luisa said, he never came home. Paolo still hasn't come home. Were you telling the truth? Is he really there with you?
I know that it must be hard for you to accept, but I'm glad that you're finally starting to see that I was being honest. Shall I send you some proof?
Proof? You mean proof that he's actually there?
That's right. I have lots of pictures of him and I doing naughty things together that I could send you.
No, I don't want to see those. But if you're really even saying that, then it must be true.
Oh, and by the way, would you like to hear some news that I haven't even told Paolo yet?
News? What are you talking about?
It is really big, exciting news. Are you sure you want to hear it?
Wait. No, don't tell me.
That's right! I am pregnant and it is Paolo's child.
No, it can't be. Please tell me that you're lying. I can't believe this.
Believe it or not, it really doesn't matter. It's the truth, and that's that. There is nothing you can do to come between us now.
I don't even know what to say. How could this happen?
And by the way, my birthday is next week. I was planning on telling Paolo the good news then. I can't wait to see the look on his face when he finds out he's going to be a father.
This can't be happening. This is all too much.
And there is something else that I want to tell him on that same day, too.
And what's that?
If you're thinking about divorcing him right now, you're probably going to try and get money out of him in the divorce, right?
If everything you've told me is true, then yes, of course I was thinking about doing that.
Well, don't bother. You wouldn't want to disturb us.
What are you talking about?
I mean, the Paolo and I are about to get married and we're about to have a kid together.
And? What does that have to do with me? Why shouldn't I sue the two of you?
Do you even realize how much money it takes to raise a child? If you do that, then how are we supposed to have enough money for our baby?
You really should have thought about that before you got pregnant. It has nothing to do with me.
But don't you think that you're the one who should be paying Paolo instead?
And just how do you figure that, huh?
Well, I told you already, didn't I? Paolo always wanted to have a kid, and that was something that you were never able to give him. Think of all the mental anguish that you put that poor man through.
Be that as it may, none of that was my fault.
Paolo told me that he could never bring himself to tell you this, but he always hated being married to a broken woman like you. I really feel sorry for the guy. He really is so caring and sweet.
And just why are you pretending like he is the only victim in this whole scenario?
Well, isn't he? I mean, you knew that you couldn't have any kids, and yet you married him. You set him up for failure.
That isn't true. I didn't know until after we were married. It doesn't make it okay for him to cheat on me.
Do you still really not understand? You shouldn't take out your failings on other people. The best option for you is to leave the two of us alone and get on with your life.
These things have nothing to do with each other. Don't get them confused.
Wait a second. That's it. You're just upset that I got pregnant while you can't. That's why you won't just leave us alone. I understand how frustrated you must be, but you need to realize that you're just acting on base jealousy.
It isn't jealousy or anything like that. The fact is that you two had an affair while Paolo and I were married, and I have a right to bring that up in the divorce.
But think about poor Paolo. He is finally in a happy relationship. Why do you want to take that away from him?
I have had just about enough of you trying to talk me out of this. I have already made up my mind.
This isn't a joke, you know. These are real people's lives. I have been waiting all my life for a man like Paolo. You can't do this to us. He's not going to give you a dime. If you want money so badly, then get a job and make it yourself.
Oh, I plan on finding a job after this. But I am going to be sure to get a nice little nest egg from the divorce as well.
How dare you talk about nests? All you'll ever collect in a nest is dust and twigs. No chicks for you, chica.
That's enough out of you.
Look, can you just take these next 3 days to really think about this? I really think that you're taking this way too far. So, did you rethink things? Have you changed your mind?
My mind hasn't changed in the slightest.
What are you talking about? How can you be so cruel? I am pregnant. Do you understand that? I'm not a broken woman like you.
And just why do you think that gives you a pass to do whatever you want?
Because you are going to take my money from my family and my baby. This baby is coming in 13 months, and we need to prepare for it.
What are you talking about? Is your baby shy or something?
Is it shy? What are you talking about? You aren't even making sense, but you better not be bad-mouthing my child.
I mean that no baby stays inside their mother for that long. That's impossible.
What are you talking about? You don't know my body.
Don't you know that the average pregnancy lasts 9 months?
Wait, is that really true?
Yeah, of course. How did you not know that? I really can't believe anything you've told me now.
But I never knew about that. Who do you think you are talking to me about pregnancies when you can't even have kids?
That has nothing to do with this. I just mean that it's just basic anatomy.
No, you're wrong. The doctor told me that I would be having my baby next March. Do you think you know more than my doctor? This baby is proof of Paolo's love for me.
I have no idea what you are even talking about anymore. But no human pregnancy lasts 13 months.
That isn't true. This is totally normal. Everyone has pregnancies like this. You're just jealous because you can't actually have kids. That's why you're lying to me.
Okay, you seem to be really misinformed about this kind of stuff, so let me explain. It was not only my fault that Paolo and I couldn't have children, okay?
What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
I mean that him and I took some tests, and we understood that both of us were actually infertile.
Wait. No. What?
Exactly. So it really doesn't have anything to do with me. The fact of the matter is that Paolo shouldn't be able to have children anyways.
But that can't be. I had no idea about any of that.
Well, it's the truth. It is what made me suspicious about your whole little story to begin with, in fact.
Paolo just thought that if I lied about being pregnant that you would go easy on him in the divorce.
Well, that was a good try. But you really needed to think of a better lie than that.
Shut up! Don't tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing. Besides, Paolo is all mine. You're just a lonely little shrew. Paolo and I are going to be together and have our happily ever after.
Actually, Paolo is telling me that he is thinking of breaking things off with you.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that last night, Paolo finally gave me a call.
What? That can't be.
I was really surprised myself. I hadn't been able to get in touch with him for some time.
Well, why would he want to talk to you anymore when he has me?
Well, since your little plan failed and I definitely won't be letting him off easy, it seems like he'd rather try and get back with me than write things out with you.
Wait, hold on.
Don't worry, though. There's no chance in hell I'm going to forgive him.
But I thought that he didn't care about you anymore. I don't understand.
I'm sure that he doesn't. He just doesn't want to pay alimony. Although I think some of the stuff you said might have rubbed him the wrong way as well.
What? Like what?
Like calling people who can't have kids broken people. He wasn't happy about that at all, considering his condition. When he comes home, it sounds to me like you two are going to have a long talk.
About what?
What do you think? Looks like we might both be lonely shrews here pretty soon.
But it's not fair! It was all his idea in the first place. It's not my fault I didn't know how pregnancy really works.
I really do not even know what to say. I mean, how are you that stupid?
It's not my fault. It was illegal to teach sex ed in the state where I grew up.
Well, I'm truly sorry to hear about that. But not so sorry that I won't be suing you for breaking up my marriage.
Wait, no. Please don't do this to me.
Them's the breaks. You brought this on yourself.
But I only did it to be with Paolo. But now you're telling me that I'm going to lose him too.
Yeah. Sucks, doesn't it? Too bad.
Please don't do this to me. I only wanted to marry Paolo. I even quit my job because I thought that we would finally be able to be together. There is no way that I can pay you.
I'm sorry, but that really is not my problem. You were talking down to me and saying awful things all because you thought you were going to get away with this. Just be an adult about this and face the consequences.
Please! I only did all of this out of love. Doesn't that mean anything to you? You have to forgive me. I said I was sorry.
If you really think that I'm going to let you get away with all of the horrible things that you said to me, then you have another thing coming.
I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. I promise to never do anything like this ever again.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer in the next couple of days. We'll talk again then.
Wait! Please don't do this! I won't be able to live if I have to pay you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry for everything.
After that, Paolo told me that he and Luisa had broken up. The day after that, Paolo came home and apologized for everything. We talked some things out and we divorced not long after that. Just as I said I would, I sued Luisa for breaking up my marriage and I went after Paolo hard in the divorce. Just like that, both of their savings were wiped out. They both had to start from scratch. Paolo received such a shock from all of this that he fell very ill. As for me, I returned to work and was given lots of help by my coworkers to succeed at my job. About 3 years after that, I married a nice man I met at the office. We now live happily together. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. See you next time.